Hello and welcome again to ClubhouseConnection.com. I am your host JD Rentz. I'd like to welcome you all back, or if this is your first time, welcome to our website. I am going to try something a little different this time than the video introduction that's already posted on the website, and break this down into segments by sports. For those not interested in the sports being discussed, you can flip directly to that chapter or to that video file, and hopefully that will help you get to the content that you desire. Starting off, and probably most significant to me personally, is the beginning of the NASCAR season, which began pretty much in earnest for the exhibition race on Saturday night at Daytona. Now, there are NASCAR drivers that have competed in other races throughout the off-season, but this was the first formal actual NASCAR race. And while it is an exhibition, it usually is an indicator of kind of things to come. The winner of the Budweiser Shootout on Saturday night was actually Kevin Harvick of Richard Childress Racing, followed closely by Roush Racing's Jamie McMurray. A number of other drivers who were in contention in the race were taken out by a final lap accident involving three-time defending champion Jimmie Johnson. Now, Johnson was in a case of actually contending for the race win and was in the top 5 at the time of the accident. But a contact incident between himself and former teammate Casey Mears, also driving a Richard Childress car, the '07 Jack Daniel Chevrolet, collided, unfortunately, in the backstretch into between turns 2 in the backstretch, also taking out contending driver Jeff Burton, among others, and ruining the hopes of a lot of drivers for a good finish in the shootout, which was a payout race, but not a points race. Harvick took the victory, McMurray took second, and a number of other drivers, including former champions Tony Stewart and Jeff Gordon, secured very solid finishes, indicators that they will probably have a good Daytona 500 barring any accidents. In news from yesterday, Sunday, the qualifying for the front row of the Daytona 500 was set, where Martin Truex Jr. of Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, no surprise given the history of Dale Earnhardt's organization in restrictor plate racing, Martin Truex Jr. took the pole with his number 1 Bass Pro Shop Chevy. And in the Kellogg's number 5, a bit of a surprise, but no real surprise if you know the driver, is Mark Martin. So your front row is Martin Truex Jr. on the pole and Mark Martin on the outside in second. The rest of the qualifying order will be determined by races that are still to come this week during the Daytona Speed Week, and we will find out how the rest of the field gets set, including some of the aforementioned names like Kevin Harvick, Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, and of course Jimmie Johnson, among others. This concludes this segment for NASCAR. Up next, Major League Baseball.